maybe we should kind of introduce who you are first.
Hmm.
Now,
I ha
yeah, you've been into stop motion for some time, and you actually finished a film, and we interviewed you a while back, and it was really exciting. So, can you tell us a little bit about that?
we okay, we started already?
Yeah, is that okay?
Yes, I was thinking of, oh, okay, is it my time? Yeah. Yeah, the thing is I don't see myself here. That's why
Ah,
I want to see what the people are saying. Let me click
okay.
in.
Um,
Now I'm in YouTube now.
okay, and I can also. Do you see the link I sent you before? Let me open up Skype. Where do we go? Oh man. See, and I don't use Skype a lot too, so you know, yeah. So
Okay.
it's really
I
crazy
Now
for
I'm
me.
ready, but for some reason this is weird. I cannot see what people are saying. I want to see.
Okay, let me give you the link, and then you can watch it as
Oh,
they're
I can
watching
see
it.
it now. I can see it now.
You see it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good, 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 good. Okay, just make sure you mute yourself so you're not echoing if there is a volume thing on there.
Yeah, I am not listening to anything but you.
Okay, great, great. So anyway, oh, okay. You know, and of course I had to have a Java auto updater start on my computer here. All right, let me.
Oh, that's something.
Can you believe that? How many technical weird things are gonna happen? All right.
Okay, so yes, I first of all I thank you for inviting me, and again here, and this is like a home for me, and you and I we share many common interests and even emotional interests too. But the thing is, I want to first thank everybody that is here, and I want to thank the crew. My crew is so awesome, and I without them I can do nothing. They are very supportive. They're my family, and I love them very much. Also, I want to thank all the volunteers right now that are helping me, that are listening to me, that they are making the next level. They're helping in spreading the word, um, and just because of the goodness of their heart, they're beautiful people. And I also want to thank um, who else? And the people that follows the Indiegogo and all this stuff and the movie, and who my family, of course. The thing is, we have to always be grateful in what we do, and I just wanted to have it out there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everybody is definitely interconnected and helping each other, and that's how the world works, you know. But unless people realize that, you know, they don't sometimes get it. So it's always good to remind them. Um, Now, so just so everybody knows, I'm gonna put up this on the screen. So Alba has a project, and it's on Facebook, and you can actually see on her Facebook page she has a big banner, and yes, so that basically you're recreating a book in stop motion called Dangerously Ever After.
Yeah. This is my baby now. This is my new baby. Actually, my film, the people who are following this, Time Space Reflections is in Cannes Film Festival, Annecy Film Festival. It's going to be in New York City Film Festival. But that one, I have to do the admission today because tomorrow is the deadline. And
Oh,
ASIFA, Asociación Internacional du Film d'Animation, and in many more, but this is the ones that I am actually participating. And I finished that film with no funding whatsoever. Actually, we got 7,000 of our goal that was 20,000. But even there, I never stopped, and my crew never stopped believing. And they the film took a life of its own, and people went with it. All the crew people, they just leave this film. It was not mine anymore. It was theirs, and it will be theirs, and it will be for the next generations. The same thing is happening with this one. And Dashka, the author, um, I approached her on Facebook, and first of all, my daughter was, she loved the book. She memorized the whole book back to back without looking at it. And that impressed me, and I said, let's see. This looks like my characters, the way the Valeria designed the characters, and I fell in love with the story, especially about a dangerous princess empowering girls to be who they want to be, and not doing a stereotyping on girls. If you want to be an engineer, a girl can do it. If you want to be an astronaut, you can do it. You can do whatever. But we still have that stereotype ingrained in certain cultures. And what we want to do is to empower girls and empower boys to be vulnerable, to love who they are, and if they want to cry, they can cry, and we can be equal, both of them.
Well, that's nice. No, I haven't read the story, so I don't know much about it. But it sounds, there's like a moral kind of or philosophical slant to it, which is, it's not like your celebrity deathmatch days where you're just killing people and ripping off
Yeah.
heads and legs and things. So, but that's kind
This,
of nice.
the story is about a spunky princess with a great taste for danger, and she just loved. She have a pet scorpion, and she got brakeless bicycle, and she have a collection of daggers and a collection of broken glass, and she just want to be daring, and she has this amazing garden that all the plants that she has are cactuses and fly traps and beautiful things, but they're dangerous, of course. And she met this amazing boy. His name is Florian, and then the story develops, and they create a friendship, and it was more about acceptance and the joy in the things that other people might not find beautiful, but they're beautiful. Like the cactuses. A lot of people don't like cactuses, but it's a beautiful, the way they are, no, I won't say design because it's not design, but the way they look, and mathematical way of looking at it. I see it like, when you see a figure, you think mathematics, and you see the way, how beautiful the rhythm and the composition and things like that. So basically, the story is about this girl that is dangerous. This, that's
Yes.
it.
So somewhat like a daring to be different kind of character.
Yes, yes.
Kind of like you as a stop motion animator, trying to make
I don't.
Indiegogo films.
Well, you have to dare. If you don't dare to do your passion, then what is the purpose of if, as an artist? What is the purpose of me being an artist if I don't dare to explore new worlds, new ideas, and pioneering in new ways of doing it? For example, right now with this film, we will be pioneering in a new way of making stop motion that hasn't been done before. And well, we want to explore it. A lot of people that are stop motion purists will say, "Oh, but why are you doing that? That's not stop motion." At this moment in time, stop motion has become a hybrid, whether we like it or not. We have to use computers. For example, when I did my other film, it was the faces. It was 3D printed faces, and just like the big companies, we utilize that. We utilize computers also to make special effects. Apart from that, we want to push the limits a little bit more, and we have. I don't know if I want to talk about it right now, but it would be a great thing to say later on. You will see. I cannot explain this yet, but it's groundbreaking and it's new, so we have to learn it as we go. But it will speed up the process greatly.
Yeah, and I remember you telling me about that, and it is pretty exciting actually. And to my knowledge, no one's ever done it the way you're going to do it. So it is pretty awesome. And yeah, in a way, it's like life imitating art. What you're talking about. you're kind of being an example as a real person, and your puppet is being an example as a puppet, for people in your story. But yeah, so what are the biggest hurdles now that with time space reflections? I remember you made all these replacement faces, and you used Blender 3D, is it?
Yeah, we usually use open source for everything because this is a low budget studio. It's like no budget studio. It's mainly a labor of love. So we utilize Blender, and to the surprise of many of the people that are doing special effects with us, this person in particular, Todd Perry, worked in many movies, in like the Chronicles of Riddick. He worked in The Lord of the Rings doing special effects. He's usually a special effects supervisor. And the fact that he said that he was referring to Julio, how Julio could make some special effects in Blender that he cannot replicate, or it would be very difficult to replicate in Maya or in other software that is specialized for that. And Julio was creating this Ripple special effect, and he was very surprised by that. And we learn every time, but this is the way we like to do breakthroughs and learn as we go.
That's great. And so now what you're doing with your new film is similar. But can you tell us a little bit more about the author and the illustrations in the book? Because that, obviously the story is nice, but it really captured you aesthetically. You like the cactuses and the illustrations of the plants and things. So
yeah,
when you saw it, you were just like, you instantly thought to yourself, this could be a stop motion film. So I'm just gonna out of
yes.
nowhere just call the author up and say, hey,
yes. That's what happened. Look at that face. And it's just like the 3D faces that we do, and then the dresses and Dashka. The way it happened was that when her son, Dashka's son, was 7 or around 7 or 9 or something, they sat down, and she being a journalist and an author already, but she was asking, we parents tends to, I teach my daughter stop motion, so it's something that is a family thing. So the same thing happened to her. She was just talking about writing and talking about stories and creative writing, and she was trying to inspire him, and he actually came up with the story. A boy came up with the story of a girl that loved danger. It was like an action figure thing for him. He actually loved this story, and she started asking key questions to develop that story, and she made that actually the story in completion. Yes, and it was a boy who created that character.
That's pretty awesome. How old is he? About? You said he was 7?
Right. It was 7 when he created the story, but now I think he's 14, 15. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Still, that's pretty amazing.
Yes. It reminds me about Emma Watson, Hermione, now the UN ambassador. She's talking about he for she campaign, empowering girls, but boys can also empower, or men can empower their mothers, their sister, to feel free to express themselves, not to think, for example, this woman is bossy. No, she's not bossy, she's independent, she have confidence. I have that problem too. A lot of people, this is true. My husband is very quiet and I'm very expressive. But many people thought that I was dominating, that I was too bossy, and I was not letting him talk. He didn't want to talk. so
He's probably like, I'll just let her speak. I'll just be quiet because she's my mouth. She's my mouthpiece. She knows me already.
Exactly. The thing is, girls have been people not in every culture, but some cultures they don't want the girls to express themselves, to be who they are, to talk their mind, and this is my rights. And this is that's mainly what it it bothers me a little, and I want to empower my daughter to speak up and to speak up for others. And I think that is why I really love this film.
Well, that's great. I mean, because yeah, it is a big problem, and it's not to put like any Muslim nations down, but especially over there, there's a lot of that going on where it's a lot of injustice and almost fear of women. I think is why they try to cover them up and hide them away because of their own dispositions towards women. At least that's how I've always seen it, and it's really sad. It's really sad. So, do you ever think, because you're using the internet as a way of raising money, as a way of marketing, you're using Facebook and Indiegogo.
Yes.
So, do you ever think that maybe you would be reaching people that are, in places where they could see this and be impacted?
I wish that, because how can I put that? Change comes from people who dare to speak up, and we want change for the better of the world, and we want change for our next generation. Like I said, I have a daughter, and I want the best for her, and I want the best for her and all the girls and boys, and they have to grow together. They have to share the world, and I think this is the main theme
Oh, that's
in here.
great. Yeah, that's really cool. All right. Well, it looks like there's a few comments. Dawn Jones says, "This is so cool that About the Boy author was a story within a story about the story." And now I am laughing out loud when you said they thought you were being bossy.
Yeah, I mean, this happens to a lot of girls. For example, Emma Watson, when she was talking in that speech in the UN, she was actually saying that while she was growing up, they were telling her she's bossy. No, it's just that she was speaking her mind, and if another boy would say the same thing, they will never think that he was being bossy. It's just that we need to just liberate ourselves from that thinking, because now we we can do better, as a mankind can do better than that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really cool. Well, let's see. So, maybe we could, there's about 10 people, I think, watching right now. So if anybody out there has some questions for Alba, feel free to ask them in the comment section. And maybe as we go forth, we could maybe ask those to you. But let's see, but maybe my question would be, so how far along are you, because you started Indiegogo, but how much of the sets and puppets and all have you already done?
We are focusing on miniatures, especially because the book allows for, we have to be very thorough about how the miniatures are going to look in the book. Let me, for example, specify for example, looking, let me see, can you see this? Okay, here.
Yeah.
You can see all this. We have to actually create how many they are. We have to count them, and then we have to make them. I'm going to show you the pros that we have made for now, but let me find some here based on the book. Okay, here we go. Do you see that wheelbarrow in the back? Wheelbarrow.
Yes.
It's supposed to have rubies around. And Oscar, he did made out of resin, and the wheelbarrow have to be broken at one point. Grenade is a kind of like a grape, but explodes 3 seconds after being picked. So he actually he make this beautiful wheelbarrow.
Wow, pretty awesome.
And these are real not crystals, but imitation crystals. See, they look like rubies, and it moves too. And because it explodes at one point, he made it in there. You see that? So that we can take that apart, and it's in 3 pieces puzzle. You can see it this
Oh,
way.
okay.
so we can animate this being broken and going exploding.
Wow, that's neat.
And he did this with resin. That's why I'm very careful not to break it.
Yes, don't drop it.
Yes, then for let me show you some of these flowers right here. He also made them, but I was thinking, how are you gonna make these flowers? You cannot sculpt that. But he came up with a great solution, and I'm gonna show you what he made.
All right.
Is here, right there. So he decided to make that is like that fluffy, how do you call it? Not, it's kind of like I don't know, it's very soft.
Is
Ay,
it
ay, ay.
is it from like a carpet or something? How did he do it?
It was out of, how do you call this? Julio, do you know what is that? Julio, you are in the audience. Oh, can you see it? I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a fluffy, I forgot. It's a fabric that they do to make puppets. Fluffy,
Oh, okay.
and
Like fox fur or something like, is
yes,
it
like
fox fur?
like a fur, yeah. And then this is sculpted. This is sculpted in resin,
Wow, that's cool.
and it's just like the book.
You know where I live in Springfield, Missouri? Those are actual weeds here. And where I go walking, there's like about 1 million of those every spring. Real ones.
Let me show you. Look at that water container.
Yes. Cool.
This was made by Oscar too. Then she has a collections of daggers and broken glass, and then we have the daggers and stuff like that. These are real, made by Steve Wheeler, and Steve Wheeler, like if you remember, he did the props, the cutlery for The Hobbit, the movie in New Zealand.
Wow, that's amazing. So those are they really sharp?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah, and
yeah.
they're signed also. I don't know if you can see it. They're signed by Steve right there.
Oh, okay. It's hard to see, but I did see it. It's like engraved on there.
Yeah.
Wow. Those are amazing.
Yeah. So these are miniatures, and the look, we're trying. And then I'm gonna show you the cactuses. Those beautiful cactuses. Oscar did such a beautiful work. They are behind here. One moment. I don't want to drop this. This is just so. For example, look at this.
Oh, it's pretty big. Cool. It's
That's
very,
one.
very cartoony. The shapes are really nice.
This one, he actually, if you can see, he actually sculpted every single one in Sculpey, translucent.
Wow.
Then he made a deep, because Valeria designed beautiful, beautiful cactuses. Look at that.
That's nice. And the paint job is just like the illustrations.
Yes, yes, yes. That's what I am. I want to show that again. This is the one I show you, and this one, and this one.
Right. Yeah, because you can see like those little round blotches of color that she did in illustrations, and it was the same as the cactus you showed. That's pretty neat.
And let me show you, because we have a lot of things here, but one thing that a lot of animators would love to hear is that he did, this is the way he packaged this when he sent it to us. So basically, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the maquette, and we're gonna put all the cactuses and all the flowers where they belong in the maquette.
Okay.
And it's a puzzle. All the set will be a puzzle,
Yeah.
basically.
And you said, I think earlier to me, that these sets are going to be very big.
They have to, because the character is 9.5 inches tall. and the whole surroundings have to be about that high. We have to create the, how do you call it, the nursery, the garden nursery, and then the garden, and then the castle, and the inside of the castle in one section of the castle. So we are gonna have to, all that set over there is gonna come out for some reason. All that from that area to that area is gonna be the whole castle, but we're gonna do it from the like 2.5 tall from the floor. We're gonna do the set low so we can animate actually in our knees. Really, we're gonna be in the
okay.
floor, and we're gonna have to, and then we're gonna break this. I'm gonna show you something else, the maquette on how we're gonna do the actual set. One moment.
Okay, sure. This is all pretty exciting stuff. And some people in the audience, Elizabeth says it's gorgeous, and Jacob says
There
those
we
are
go.
lovely.
So basically, this is the maquette. So this is the floor, and then we're gonna have two feet from the floor, so we can put our hands there, and we can probably be on our knees. So we have we have to have it like that because we're gonna have lights from the top, and we don't have a lot of space. This basement is very short.
I see.
And then we're gonna have the set divided. Divided. Here we go. This is the part where the castle will be. There is a place here where she is gonna ride her brakeless bicycle all the way down in the bridge. And when we are animating that, we have to take this set apart. And then
see.
they're gonna be walking around the inside the nursery. We have to make the inside of this thing here, and then she goes. All the action comes in the dragon garden here.
Wow.
So
It's going to be very big.
yes, and then another thing is we're gonna have rows of trees that we can actually move, and this part can be repositioned too from this side or the other one, depending on what angle we want to do it. So basically we're going to have different levels. This is the actual set that we have to build.
Wow.
So I did a maquette on how it will be built.
So my guess is that's somewhere around 12 foot long, is it maybe? Or
Oh,
more?
I will say so.
Yeah, that's going to be big.
12 by 6.
Yeah. Now, have you considered, because you said that you had to light it from above, but there's not a lot of space. Have you considered putting like a reflective material on the ceiling and then aiming lights up and bouncing them down?
That's a great idea. Maybe we will try that. And also we're gonna do some green screen for the sky. The sky probably is gonna be CG.
Okay.
We need, we're gonna do a lot of hybrid. This is gonna be a hybrid. It's gonna be computer generated, and it's gonna be real sets and puppets. That is the main idea about it.
Okay. So I think, yeah, I mean, like Paranorman, I think, used a lot of CG, like smoke and effects and things too. I mean, pretty much everybody from Henry Selick, Tim Burton, everybody that does any kind of major stop motion work uses CG. So you said you're using mostly open source software. So what kind of software do you recommend for like the clouds and things? Are you using anything in particular?
Can you repeat I was looking at the comments.
Oh, okay. Are you using any particular software to make clouds or anything
Well, we
like
use
that?
Blender for everything, because actually for the last film we have to do some smoke in the when she was cooking something.
Oh,
We had to
okay.
make some smoke. So Julio did a beautiful effect, and Elizabeth Sáenz, the whole film, the last film that I did, it was 8 minutes long. It took me 7 months to shoot and 7 months to add the special effects.
Ooh, wow. That's neat. So Blender, actually, you can pretty much, because I've downloaded it, but I haven't really played with it a lot. I want to learn it after I finish my film, but so you can do like 3D sculpting, animation, like particle
You can
effects.
do
maybe?
particle effects. You can do hair. You can do any kind of animation. You can do editing, high quality editing. You can do sound editing. You can do special effects. This is a software that encompasses everything and is professional, is being recognized by the industry, and is free.
That's great. Oh, okay, 1 second here. All right.
So
Sorry about that.
another thing. Oh, where's my book? Where did I? Yeah, I just lost my butt right here. Sorry. Let me show you another thing that appeared in the book. Let me see. Where are you guys? I cannot see you. Ah, right here. So you see that beautiful bouquet of flowers? How about this?
That is cool. Is that polymer clay, like Sculpey, or how did you do that?
My friend, this is felt.
Oh, wow, no way.
And it doesn't look like felt. It doesn't bother. It doesn't move that much. And this over here, I think, I don't know how he did it. I think it's actual hard paper, because it feels like hard paper. But look at how gorgeous this is.
That's great. And it's felt. Wow. I would not have
Yes.
guessed that.
And then our little mushrooms, we have all kinds. This was made by me, my daughter, Colleen, and Victoria. And we all work on so many, many tiny mushrooms for the film.
Wow, that's cool.
Yes, yes. And another thing I know people will be interested are the heckleberries. They heckle and talk, and I hope, see how they open the mouth? We are animating this mechanism, and it's gonna open and close
That's
while they're
neat.
talking. Yes.
Very cool.
This one, I want to show you the inside of the heckleberry, being that we are gonna give away in the perks the heckleberries. We're gonna make 3, and we're giving them away
Neat.
as a perk. And this is the how the mechanism is. And my husband created this.
Very cool. So that is it spring loaded, or it's kind of hard to, how does it work?
Yeah, it has springs, and basically you hold this part here, and then you open or close.
Oh, I see. I see. So you're twisting it. It's like a screw powered kind of thing.
Yes.
That is
So,
awesome.
and we are giving this mechanism. Look for it at the Indiegogo, and if you want them, there are only 3. We're not gonna make any more, and they will be animated in the film.
Very cool.
And the
Now,
way
yeah,
we do it, let me finish.
okay.
This is the way we do the mechanism. Then we add this stuff here. It's gonna be inside. This is the fluffy part, and on top of this, we made about 3,000 of this to make all the heckleberries and all that. And I actually have to sculpt the little. This is Sculpey, and then after that we glue them in here, and that's how you're gonna get this.
Wow. That's neat though. And so how did you make that foam piece? That's not cast, or is that just like something you glued together?
Yeah, this is regular foam, and you just it's a and you sculpted it. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna show you.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Well, I hope we still have those. I don't think we have. You know, it's that foam that have a lot of kind of like balls like that they use for cushions and for the sofas. We had a
Yeah.
sofa that we didn't use, and we of course destroy it. Materials.
Yeah.
So
Free materials.
exactly, that is the whole purpose of our film. You know, we love recycling. I have a lot of stuff to show today, and this is a show and tell thing. Now, the next thing I wanted to show you is she currently has this amazing See, her, we have to recreate all these amazing cactuses. So this one is this one right there.
Nice.
And when I said we're gonna make this film come to life, it means that we really want to grab all the elements and taking it out of the paper and make it in real life. It's not that we are thinking, oh, we're gonna make a film and just no, no, no. The people who are working here are experts and they are dedicated, especially the new person. We have a new crew member, my husband's mom. She is an expert costume fabricator since she was a child. And she's gonna make the miniature dresses for Amanita.
I remember seeing that picture. You posted a picture of her, yeah, with your daughter.
Yeah, that's my mother-in-law. It's a family business.
She's like, all right, you talked me into it. I'll do it for you.
No, she saw the film because, we hardly talk because we are always doing the film. When we went to Puerto Rico a couple of weeks back, we actually showed the film to the whole family.
Yeah.
She was so impressed. Everybody was so impressed.
Awesome.
And even Julio's, my husband's uncles, they actually, before the Indiegogo started, they sent us money via mail, snail mail. Oh, it's so good. Okay, let me show you another. Let's go to character design.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. The first stage is you want to create the body, and her body is very unique. We couldn't use the ones that we did for the last film. She's a 13, 12-year-old girl, but still is not well developed. She's very nice and, she's nice. I wouldn't say nice, but skinny.
All right.
So my husband created the body, and this is how the body looks like.
Is that Roma clay? Plastilina clay?
No, this is hard, castelling, hard green.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's
It's
hard to
done.
work in.
It is hard, but the thing is, this is the best material that, first of all, doesn't give my husband a migraine,
Oh.
because the fumes in the clay give him migraines.
Oh, okay. I can understand that.
So we are trying to get materials that do not. We are allergic. I am allergic to resin, so we have to go around doing that. Oh, look at that! She says, I thought the world of dedication when you said 7 months and 7 months. 7 months. We're talking no weekends for us. and my daughter was behind us while we were actually shooting the film, and she was asking questions, and she was listening, and she was sleeping, and she was playing a video game, and she was doing her homework, and she was creating a storyboard of her own film. So it is a family dedication and sacrifice. After the film, we have to make sure she had to go to parks, and she had to go to museums, and we had to bring her out.
Yeah, of course.
Now,
Managing time is not easy when you're doing stop motion.
No. So this is the first stage. The second stage, we talked to Nathan Flynn. He was a sculptor for Frank and Winnie.
Right.
And yes, he made the armatures, because now he's getting into armature making. And
That's good.
and he did it for us, and it's perfect. It fits perfectly inside so beautifully. But I want you to look at how they actually make the foot. It is perfect for walking cycles, I will say.
Yeah, there's a nice toe there, which is always, without a toe, it's very hard to get a good walk.
And we have to grip it to the floor if we want to, but we try not to. We prefer to do. We use the
The magnets?
rig.
Oh,
No,
the rig.
we have a rig. We do rigs. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now the next stage is silicone. This is after we cast the whole character in silicone, and then you can see how we can move the character.
Now, what kind of silicone are you using?
Oh my goodness, Julio! Julio? Can you post that? Oh, I don't know where he is, but I. What is the name of? Oh, right here. Oh, dragon skin.
Oh, dragon skin. Okay.
Yeah, it comes in two parts, guys, and you have to add some color. So you have to do a little bit of trial and error there.
It's very easy to use. It's pretty easy to
Mm-hmm.
use.
It's easy to use, and we never have problems with it. Then, for rigging, we make holes. That's the rigging right here, where to connect the rig, and there's another one here. So depending on the if she's running or if it depending on what she's doing, we have that there.
Very cool.
Then what we're gonna have detached arms.
Okay.
So we this is the dragon skin over. So all these have to be premeditated sculpting in the actual for the mold. And we have this ball and socket here. What we're gonna have is, and we have it separated like this because we're gonna cast the arms this week. So this is how the arms will look like, the fingers and everything. And we use this mechanism here to do the mold, so they don't touch, but they to not to waste material in making the mold.
Very nice.
Show the mold. What mold? Alba, okay, my husband is saying dragon skin. Okay, Alba, show the mold.
Of the
Mold.
body?
Ah, the mold. Yes, I got it. Okay, where is the mold? Basically, I don't know where my husband put the mold. But the mold of the body. I see it. Sorry, but this is a very big, not big, but okay, there you go.
Ah, okay. Is that Ultracal? Ultracal
Yes.
30? Looks very nice. And so you're putting the armature in there, and it locks into the middle of the mold. I would
Yes.
imagine.
Yes. My husband put a screw in with the feet. Where is the thing here? He
Yeah.
put it in there, and then he uses the screw and set it in place. So they're set in place completely. It's floating.
Yeah.
Then
great.
what he does is he goes when he does the actual casting of the silicone. And listen here, kiddies. This is so much fun. I can stop smiling. Right? Okay. So what we do, Julio do the whole mixture with the dragon, two parts, the blue one and the yellow one, and then he do the color, and until we have a nice color, skin color like this. So then he start pouring it in the mold first, put it in all filling everything. Then he used the other part, and he fills the other part too, completely until don't leave anything there. Then he will take this, will have foam. You put foam on that. You prepare this first,
Okay.
and the foam we use is exactly this one, because the porosity of this foam will make the silicone stick to the armature. So when you put the armature with all filled with that, the silicone, when you put it there and you close it, all the silicone that is extra will pour out. And then you leave it, and then you have to press it. You have to be on top of the mold, literally, your body on top of the mold, pressing like a vacuum. And then after that, you clamped it, and you put a lot of what do you call elastic, the big elastic ones. The rubber bands, the big ones. They're the ones that are for mold. They're thick and they're like that big.
Mm-hmm.
Then you leave it like that for an hour with probably a lot of books or whatever on top, so it keeps the pressure. And then an hour or two, that mold, when you open it, is beautiful. You just have to, with scissors, just take away the extra parts, and you have a beautiful silicone character.
That's great. And so, let's see. Well, yeah, I think you're reading it too. You see the question. There's a couple of questions by Clay Mara.
Okay, let me
about.
see, Claymara. I said, how many face expressions are you printing? And is there's gonna be a speaking? Yes, there's dialogue, and we have two, a boy and a girl, and then we have cats, the cats, two cats. Now let me put this back first. Then we are thinking. We already have the narrator. The narrator is Stephen Kinman. He is a Voice Talent Award winning. He won the BAFTA award in the United Kingdom. He used to work at the Monty Python as an actor, main character in one of the theaters they have there in the United Kingdom. And now we were talking with the agents of somebody that I'm not gonna say anything, because if I say something and I ruin it, I'm trying to keep it real. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But we're trying to talk to somebody very, very out there, and it's a very good lady, and I would love to work with her. But obviously, I don't know if that's gonna work. But you shoot for the stars and see what comes back.
Cool.
And yes, we have the full script. I have it over there, and we have the Heckleberries. We have the narrator. And we need the voice of Florian and the voice of Amanita. I think we have them, but because we are thinking, okay, the way we are doing the dialogue and the facial expressions this time is a little bit different. It's faster, but it's different. The way we are pushing technology is we are doing motion capture technology. We're animating the faces not by hand, but by motion capture. So that is something that we are pioneering, and it's nothing new, not a new technology, but it's something that we are going to use. And we already try it, and it works. It works beautifully. My husband did a demo in like half a day, and we made the demo. Actually, we can, maybe we can show you the demo.
Cool. If you
But
want to, I mean, if you want to give away everything, you know.
no, this is not that. What we did was we animated a motion capture on a face that was moving in the space, in a real moving in the space, something that we actually shot, and it worked, and it worked beautifully. But you know, that's something that not that we rediscovered. They've been doing this for years, but this is something that we are trying to apply to stop motion to see if it works, and it works.
That's exciting. And, well, see, I want to ask you questions about it, but I don't know if you want to reveal all this stuff too.
No,
So,
there's another set that we don't want to reveal, but I'm not gonna say that yet. But
Okay.
I'm very excited, and the things are moving along towards the hybrid of all this that we're talking about, the computer, the stop motion puppets, and also the way that it's easier for us to make the animation, because now that we have a script, it's a different story. Animating will be difficult, and it's better if you go for a mocap. It's just the most sensible thing to do.
sure, especially if you have a low budget too, right? Because it'll probably save you a lot of, I mean, you said it cost, you know, $1 bazillion for printing those faces for your previous film, so,
Yeah, it was 7,000. Of course, Indiegogo, and when you pay by credit card or when you pay by PayPal, there's a fee for both of them plus the Indiegogo. So they took about around $1,000. So
wow.
we ended up with 6,000. That actually the bill for the faces was 6,125 with 20 cents.
Oh man,
There you
that's a
go.
lot. Well, let me see. So now, Claymara also asked about the sets. She asks, how many set pieces are there going to be, actually?
Of that will be interesting. The sets, the pieces will be, well, one is inside the castle. The other one is the garden, which is humongous. You saw it. And there's one at the forest, and there's one at the Florian's castle. So we have about 5 different sets. the way we are thinking is make the huge to make the big one in here in the studio. My kitchen upstairs will be Florian's castle in my kitchen table.
On your kitchen table.
Yes, and in my living room we're gonna have another set.
Wow.
So we are the whole house will be chaos.
Do you have any cat? You don't have any cats or dogs, do you? No?
No, guinea pigs.
Guinea pigs? Okay. Well, that's good because I was thinking if you have cats, you know, because here we have 3 cats in this house, and every time I'm animating in the garage, and either my son or my wife opens the door, for some reason the cats always want to run in there, and it's like a sacred place to them. Like, you know, there might be something eaten there. So I always tell my wife, close the door. You know, don't let the cats in because you know,
Yeah,
they'll bump your lights and your tripod and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, well, I can show you the test that we did. Julio already set it up for me, so we can show you a preview on how we're doing this.
Whoa.
Basically,
That's cool.
so guys, get ready. Okay, I'm gonna give you some time so you can prepare. Embrace for. So this is what we did. We used the same face that we used for our last film to make this test. So we used the film. We took one of the faces and we moved it around in space, and we took it with a video camera. Then we put it on Blender, and then we had already the same face with the different facial expressions that we did for the previous film. So what we did while we were moving, oh, Julio, I'm sorry. I need to find I think it's over there. We painted one of the faces completely green, the color of the green screen. And we added many dots around the face, many dots around the face and all that, just like they do when they're doing movies. And
Okay.
after that, we were tracking every movement when we were moving the face in space, and we track every dot of that face.
And how do you track it?
That's Julio's expertise. Okay, this is the
Right, next week we're gonna interview Julio, I think. This is cool. So, wow. So every time you move that, you're obviously when you track it, you're tracking it with software.
Yes, we're using Blender. Again, Blender is perfect for
Wow, okay.
for this. Yes, it's beautiful. Now, let me show you the animation. I have to go over there so you can see it from the screen in the other machine. One moment.
Okay.
Ooh, listen to this. Now, I don't know if you can see it. Let me see it. Uh-huh.
That is pretty amazing. So you're holding that same face and then it's being replaced with
Yeah.
the digital.
Yep.
That looks pretty astounding.
So we are thinking about doing the motion capture with a real actor, and to apply to that. That will be it.
So, now if when you say a real actor, what you mean is you'll take a real actor's face and put it basically on the puppet?
No.
Like that?
We want to print the faces. That's the main thing.
Okay.
But we are doing the motion capture of the whole process in the actual 3D. But this is something that we are experimenting. This is an experimental stage. It works, but we don't know how long we'll make. If we don't have the 3D printed, the 3D printed faces are there. We can use it at any time. We know we already have a pattern on how to work with that. This is an experimental, and I don't know if we can actually make it in the whole film. This is just something that we're tackling.
Yeah, wow, that looked really seamless. Like you could see the camera was moving, your hand was moving, and the face lined up perfectly as it was talking.
and that is something that we want. Well, we need equipment for this too. This is even if we need just the special expression like the 3D faces like this one, this will be as much money as making the motion capture.
Oh, okay.
So we need to see which one is easier to make in a short amount of time, meaning short a year and a half, which is that's what I want to do for the completion of the film, including the special effects and all that.
Yeah.
My husband is telling here markers on the actor's face will drive the controls on the 3D model.
Oh, okay, I understand. So it's almost like Avatar, the movie Avatar.
Yeah.
Wow, to think that Alba Garcia can do the same thing as a big budget Hollywood film on Blender 3D, which is open source and free, is it's like wow, just the fact you can do that is amazing.
Necessity is a necessity is the mother of invention. Nothing is new, Mark. Nothing is new. It's the way you use your tools. That's it. Nothing is new. Motion capture, done. How many years? 25 years.
Still, it still seems amazing to me though. I don't know. I'm still amazed because I mean, how many stop motion animators are, doing these kinds of things? There's like Henry Selick, there's Leica is doing some things, but it's Henry Selick actually started all that, the replacement faces, and they just carried it on. So, it just takes one person to sort of break the ground and do that. So,
We want to pioneer stop motion as a hybrid and bring stop motion to the 21st century. That is my motto. That is what I'm doing. And if people that are purist stop motioners, I'm sorry for you guys. We need to move with technology. We need to open our horizons and make real-time puppetry with stop motion, because that's what motion capture will be for us in the future, or now. It's now because you just saw it.
yeah, that's cool. So, has James Cameron ever given you a phone call and said, "Hey, Alba, can you do something for me?" I mean,
Well, I'm open for that. The thing is, I want for your audience and my fans and my crew and my volunteers, just trust me. We know what we're doing, and we're trying to break barriers. We're trying to pioneer, not pioneer anymore, really, because all this is knowledge that everybody knows. It's just that it's a different way of thinking it. It's nothing new, but it's impressive the way that people come up with ingenuity and with their curiosity. They just it's all these things, all these beautiful things explode, and I don't like to keep things unveiled from people, because there's a lot of artists struggling and they need to know things. They need to know, just try. Just if this is an idea that you have, just experiment, do it. And I got this way of thinking because of my husband. My husband is an inventor. He likes to create things. He likes to help people. And let me tell you something. When you help people and you are good to people and you express love and kindness, and better things come to you.
so have you ever considered, making like a video tutorial on, the process that you've done for your two films now? Because you've already got like all this experience making 3D faces, and your husband has experience with Blender and so forth. Have you ever considered, teaching as well? Because it just seems like, what you're saying is, you're through teaching, you're helping at the same time to, get the information there and inspiration and so forth.
That is why I like to talk to you especially, and I like to talk in lectures, because first of all, if I had the time to do that, I will do it. But right now, I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to work on a very, very boring job. I have to tell you, it's true, pays the bills, paste the materials for my films. But then I have to come home to take care of my child, to cook, to do homework, to take her to Girl Scouts, to do karate. And on top of that, if I can squeeze 2 hours of animation or 2 hours of sculpting, it would be a blessing. And then the weekends is to do laundry and to stop motion animation. And so if I had the time, I will do it. But I don't have the time right now.
Yeah. Have you, because I know we had talked on the phone about a possible job that you were going to potentially have, but I guess you turned it down. Um, um, so how much of your family have you considered in your decision making? Because, you expressed some concern, that you'd like to be there for your daughter and so forth, like to have a female motherly figure there for her, and
Yeah.
and being away from your family is
Yeah,
something that's
I was invited to be the director of animation on a major stop motion feature film. I'm not going to talk about what it is about, but it was in another country. That was not the problem, and my family was supporting me. It was going to be about 15 months. It didn't, the decision wasn't because of family, because I know my family will come through. My mother will take care of her, and because I'm a female in this business, I have to step up, and I have to be. If they want me in New Zealand or they want me in wherever place, I will go. But there are certain things I need to have in place. For example, I need regular visits to my family, like every 2 or 3 weeks, to see my family. Those things are embedded in the contract, but that was the main decision making. I needed to be with my family every 2 weeks for probably 3 days. It didn't happen. It just didn't happen, and I wish I can go there and do that job, but that was the decision. Not because it was hard. It was gonna be hard, but there's Skype. I can Skype with my family. But then I realized, well, it was not meant to be for now. And this film is bringing me to a different level. And you just saw what level is bringing me. And we want to pioneer, we will pioneer, and we'll be the first pioneering in many other things. Not only what I show you, that is something that we can do in 2 hours, just that test. But it's a proof of concept. And when you have a proof of concept, it is an awesome thing. I was like so elated, so happy the whole weekend when we figured out we could make it in this South Bronx basement.
yes. Now it is. Let's see. It's about 10:12 there. How much time do you have to speak to us tonight? Because I don't want to. I do want to get to showing people your campaign and show them your webpage and so forth. Because
Well, if they
obviously,
have questions, they can answer they can ask them right now, and I am here. I
yeah,
don't.
absolutely. If you guys out there want to ask some questions,
One of the things I wanted to say is that I am making my own hair for the character, so I use this. I actually dye the hair, and we are gonna shape them, and we have different colors, so we can have different shades of color, so she can have some highlights in the hair for the people who are interested in that kind of uh, fashion design, or not fashion, but hair wig design.
yeah, and that's a hard thing in stop motion is to work with hair or something that's fuzzy because it'll tend to be like jittery, like King Kong had a lot of fur, rabbit fur, and it's very jittery. So, um,
In this case, because she has the hair like put back up, we're gonna have a very. It's gonna be very in her face. It's gonna be molded. She's gonna have the hair. The hair will be a hard piece, and it's gonna be molded in the shape of the actual shape of the hair, and then this will be on top of that shape. So it's not gonna be completely
oh, okay.
soft.
I see.
Yes.
That's very smart.
Hmm.
Now, Claymara asks, what country do you live in?
Bronx, New York.
Yeah, so we're in America, and New York is on the East Coast, because Claymara is, I think, from Aruba.
Aruba. Wow, that is so awesome.
She lives on a
Oh,
tropical island, I believe.
woohoo! Well, I was born and raised in Puerto Rico until 15 years ago when I moved here to New York to study at School of Visual Arts in New York, which, by the way, I'm partnering with them for the Indiegogo.
Yeah.
How important is it to you to promote the idea that this being done in New York, where stop motion is struggling to survive? Well, that is something because New York artists struggling to survive. I'm an artist struggling to survive, but I try not to think about it because it stops the creative process in my way of thinking. Because I already have enough struggling as a woman in the industry, to tell you the truth. Because I have to tell you an example. I wanted to talk to this amazing director that is also he started as a stop motion director, Guillermo del Toro, and I wanted to approach him actually today, and I sent an email to the fan base, unofficial fan base. And I asked them, I know that Guillermo was helping Revoltoso, which was a nice stop motion film. And he actually wrote some lines, and people were taking that seriously, and they helped the guys in Mexico, which Bono is a very nice friend of mine. We talk sometimes. So I was wondering, how can I talk to Guillermo? Maybe he wants, maybe endorse me too. And they said, we cannot help you with that, literally. And then I approached my friend Bono and I said, how did you do it? Because I cannot find anything. And he said to me, well, it's right here. Guillermo always is talking about, and he sent me a link where Guillermo was actually telling his email.
Wow, that's nice.
So this is it. I asked them, can I have a lead? And no, but my friend helped. And I don't want to cry because I'm gonna ruin my makeup, but this is happening to me as a female in the industry.
That's
So
great.
this is what it is. Is I can struggle as an artist, I can struggle as a woman. So which one I choose? You know what? I'm gonna forget about that, and I'm gonna think. Let's move forward in my creative endeavors.
Wow. So, being a female, you seem very determined. Like maybe in my next life I'll be a female, so I'll be doubly determined to get my films done. So my film won't take me 11 years to complete.
I
Yeah.
love you, Dawn. I really thank you so much for these words, and we are all strong. It's just that I recently found that voice, and I found that voice when I became a mom. When I have had my baby in my house, in my bed, that was the moment I became strong because then I had to protect that child and I had to teach that child to be strong. Thank you. Thank you, Claymara. You know I love you. And I love your video. I haven't shown it because I am so busy. Sorry.
Yeah, Clay Mara is she's always making some really awesome videos for our challenges. Her clay puppets and sets and things. She's like, probably doesn't see herself as a painter with clay, but like she uses a lot of nice colors and, um,
She's not afraid of colors. And that's what
yeah,
I like about her.
and she really pushes herself, and every time she does a challenge, they're always better than the previous one. So she's really improved.
And also, I have to recognize Lacey. Lacey, she's been like my right hand throughout since the moment we met. It's like she's my twin, literally. Lazy is like my job, and we sometimes we are like, but we are so frustrated, but we want to get the job done, and then we go around and then, oh voila, we have this idea, this perfect, is working. So we have this, we are so alike, and I have to say that Dashka, the author of the book, and we just develop a beautiful friendship, and it is incredible when all these forces of friends just go there, and it's like we belong here. It's like a little puzzle that little by little is we are putting everything together. And I have to say that Stephen Kim and Today and Dashka, they did such a great job, because we're trying to communicate with this amazing voice talent, but I cannot say anything because I don't know if that's gonna happen. But you know what, if you don't try, then nobody's gonna, you don't do nothing. But even if it sounds impossible, try it.
Yeah, that's great advice. That's really awesome advice. I mean, a lot of people do kind of give up because they think something is too hard and they never take the first steps because they're afraid to fail, and then nothing ever happens. So hopefully people will take your advice tonight.
I forgot to tell you, the cat. Oh,
Wow, that's a cool armature.
Julio made this.
Very awesome. Is that a Harryhausen armor creature kit parts for that, or
We went to Animate. What's the name of the website? It's Nathan. Oh, no, it's Nathan Flynn. Yeah, no, wait a minute. It's not Nathan Flynn. Shane Daniels worked on that. We bought it in this website, and I forgot the name of the website. And the parts are not that expensive. For example, this part here is like $3.99, well, £3.99.
okay,
See, this one too, like $4.99,
right?
like $4.99, but in pounds.
I think those are animation toolkit parts.
No, this is not animation toolkit. We bought this in England.
Yeah, they're in England.
Oh no, but it's a different company. It's not
Is it?
that one.
No. Um, Wesley Wood. I'm pretty sure it is. I could be wrong though, but I think I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember either. It's
Yes,
uh,
Sean. Sean, yes, we're gonna have the after the festival run. I'm planning to have the DVD on my website so people can purchase it there. And
cool.
also my husband, because they couldn't, because the Nathan, the one who did the new armatures, he was not, he said that it was gonna be very extremely difficult or even impossible to make thin armatures for the cat. So my husband actually sculpted the metal and made that. He made this.
Neat.
Look at it. And this is the place. Animation Toolkit. Yeah, Animation Toolkit.
Okay.
Sorry.
I knew it was one that or another one, but that's great.
And then my husband, he actually started to do soldering. So he started doing that, and then he added the tail, and all this was done here. We just bought we was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. We bought 7, and then the rest he was building it with metal. And then
That's great.
look at how thin is that.
It looks like brass.
It is a kind of, yeah, I think it's brass, yeah. Julio can actually put that there if he wants to talk about it.
All right.
Lazy, she's a little bit behind on what we were talking.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, another thing. The mother and the father of Amanita, they will be puppets too, but they're not gonna be as intrinsic because it's gonna be one take and they're just gonna be waving their hands. But we had these old amateurs. Well, this is one, and we are gonna make the character on these armatures, and these characters, the mom and the dad, will be part of the perks. So if you want, to own a real puppet from our sets. You have two, and those two are the only ones we're going to give away, and they're going to be sturdy, well made.
Okay, so now you're mentioning perks, but we never mentioned anything about where you can find those perks or where we can find your site or your
Let's do that.
Indiegogo.
Let's do that. Let's do
So
that.
let's bring that up for you. And now your video won't be shown while I show this, so if you're showing any puppets, they won't see it. But if you go to Indiegogo.com and you do a search in the search bar for Dangerously Ever After Stop Motion Film, that's the title. And so far, Alba, how many days has this been? When did this start? How many days ago?
Oh, it started on Monday at 9 o'clock, and the first 24 hours we hit 10%.
That's great. And so this lays out, it has a gallery of photos. So all the book that Alba was showing before, these are illustrations from the book. There's a video here which gives you all the information about the film itself and how it came into Alba's imagination to make it into a stop motion film, and it's actually really good. And then we have also, you scroll down and it talks about the story as well as the perks. Now the perks are on the right side, and you can see here there's different tiers, and it lays out what you will get if you donate a specific amount. And
They have a digital download. One is a digital download, and the other one is DVD. And there is another one that Dashka can Skype a school, and we can give away things for the kids too while she's Skyping with them. And
wow.
there's so many things that, I mean, a tour in the studio also is only for 10 people though, and these people have to live in New York, or if they are in the New York area, they can select that perk. And what is the other one? I can make a doll out of you if you want that, or a bust out of you, and I will actually sculpt it. And there is an example down in the page
Yeah.
of that.
Here it is. Here's your picture of your puppets, or your puppet of, and who's this girl? There's like a blonde-haired girl that you recreated.
She is Priscilla Hernandez. She is the composer of my previous film, Time and Space Reflections, and that was when I met her, and I saw that she was so beautiful, and I wanted to give her a birthday present, and I made her as a doll.
Oh, that's great. And all your doll crafting abilities have translated into your stop motion puppet making abilities, so that's
Yeah.
really neat. And there's also a tour of the
Yes.
studio and set park as well. I don't know if I've watched that one. Is that a new one?
No, that was there. That one, the person can come to the studio. We can have a day if they want to, that we can talk about the
Oh,
making of
okay.
the films
Okay.
and things like that. It is a very nice perk, especially for a student, a college student that doesn't they don't get this in school. They can get it here, but it's only for 10 people.
I see. And you also have other ways of helping, which is if you don't have any money, you can still help. And it looks like there's a hashtag Dangerous Princess. And let's see here. And also hashtag Dangerously Ever After Stop Motion Film as well. That's pretty good to know. So this is really exciting. Now, I don't want to show any videos. I want people to be curious about it and click on stuff. So I'm not going to show all the stuff, but this is, something that you've really put a lot of thought into, and I think just the Indiegogo page itself is worthy of others to study for their own fundraising, film projects, because this is really where I think the future is Indiegogo, Kickstarter, that kind of a thing. I think a lot of people are, especially in Hollywood, I've heard all these studios are closing now, and it's gonna get hard for animators. But this is really a good way for animators to find an outlet for their creative, talents, and this is just a great example of that. So, um, yeah, it's really exciting. So, can you say anything else about your Indiegogo page that you'd like people to know?
Well, usually people are getting a little bit like confused about where the sharing buttons are. This morning I saw them, the sharing buttons to the left side, and then to this afternoon I saw it the bottom side. So I'm like, Indiegogo is trolling me. So I'm making a video of this happening, and I'm gonna post more videos, probably almost every day, but videos about the progress, about how people are helping. I'm receiving so many calls of girls, little girls, like, especially from my family. I didn't expect that from my niece, saying, "When I grow up, I want to be like you, Titi, and I love you, and I want to be like you. I see your photo every day, a photo that I gave her that I signed, and she said, I see that, and I want to be like that." And the fact that little girls they want to be strong, they want to be showing their voice, speak up for themselves, and I think the film is already worth it because of that phone call I received yesterday.
Well, that's great. And unfortunately, now Dawn Jones is asking for me to post the link in the chat to your Indiegogo, but I can't because YouTube doesn't allow it. So you will have to go to Indiegogo here and type it in, unfortunately, in the search. But Indiegogo, for those of you who don't know, is just spelled. So Indie as in independent, INDIEGOGO.com. And you can just type it in, and it should hopefully pop up, first thing. Because let me do a quick search. I'm going to copy and paste it into the search here. Let's just see what happens, so people can know what to expect.
Yes, I remember that. I had to do it because when the music was done, remember, I've been waiting for 7 months for the editing to be finished, for the special effects to be finished. My husband have like 3 weeks without no sleep, 2 hours a night.
I
And
believe it. I believe it.
when I saw that, I said, I will take that video of me being happy. Oh, oh, I'm sorry because I am a waterfall right now because it is very emotional for me. It is difficult, and I am having migraines almost every day because the tension of running the Indiegogo is as strong as making a film. Even though I have to contact people, I have to contact blogs, I have to call all the time people, and it's not easy. And if you are very good at it and you want to help me, guys, that you are here, shoot me an email and please tell me what you can help, because we're a family and we need help. I am only one, and I need. Lacey is also with me, but she's so busy too, and I'm trying not to burden anyone. I want just people that can have the time and that can help, and that would be so awesome. Even if you can help, I don't know, making a prop, or making phone calls to people that I might be missing, that might help the campaign, a blog or a group. I cannot do it all, and I just need more people willing to share things and to help me out.
Well, so far I think you've gotten a lot of help. It seems like a lot of people, can feel your passion for your film and see that you're so, you love doing it, and you want to do it for reasons that aren't selfish, but you want to, empower little girls or boys, and so it's not like you're looking for a handout simply because you're trying to get rich or something. You're really wanting to do something which is going to be great in the end. And I think even if you probably didn't raise any money, you'd probably still do it, I think. Because you guys, it seems like you've done a ton of work already, and you haven't,
We have. The only thing that is left to do is to finalize, and that we're gonna do this weekend, The arms, actually, the arms will be, this is the arm. We just have to make the mold of the actual hand.
Neat.
And you
That's a
see
great
the
sculpt.
level. Yeah, my husband is just incredible miniatures.
Yeah.
And yes, look at that. So we're gonna make the mold this weekend. He's just smoothing it out a little bit more, but these are the hands. And as soon as we do this, we're gonna start. We're gonna start the costume design and the wig design, and the set is the main priority, and that we don't have the money to really. We need to make that set. It's humongous. We need a lot of wood materials to make that set possible.
Yeah. And that, like you said, is a really big, big set.
Let me show you, because it just moves so beautifully.
That looks great.
It,
Now,
it is so beautiful the way it moves. It's just so comfortable. And
it looks like it moves very smoothly, and there's no like major wrinkles either. It looks like a very even bend to it, which is great.
I would like to animate this without the clothing to, so like this is just so beautiful. And the way also we made holes where sometimes we have to make it a little bit tighter. So we made holes in different parts of the parts where we can do it. See in this part too. But
Yeah.
this is not gonna be visible. Of course, we're gonna make a shoe. Usually we make leather shoes when we're doing this. And for example, in costume making, this is one of the sleeves, the pop-off sleeve. So Julio was my husband he's very good with miniatures. So this, especially clothing, this is him doing that sleeve, but we don't have the time to do that. So my mother-in-law, she is an expert seamstress. She will take care of that while we are doing more casting of the bodies, more painting, more wigging, and making the sets. That's what we're gonna do. But all that have to start after the Indiegogo because we basically don't have the money for that big set. Oh, I forgot something. Oi, here we go. I wanted to show you the Amanita because she likes danger. Ah! Okay.
Don't break anything.
No, everything can be fixed. So my husband did this. How do you call? I forgot. This is the miniature. It's
A
so
crossbow.
awesome. Yeah, and it works, and it really sticks to things.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh, it's a screw, like a Phillips head screw tip. Looks like. Neat. Is that part of the film?
Yeah.
I'm just wondering because yeah.
And then you put it like that. Okay. I don't know how it works, but I'm gonna make it try to put it there
Don't
somehow.
point it at yourself.
I was doing that.
I know you were.
Julio must be laughing. Oh, how the heck did he do this? So basically, it really shoots.
And don't point it at my audience either.
See, and it shoots, and it works. And then it has this thing here, and it works.
That's cool.
He is amazing, I tell you.
You guys have done a lot already. I mean, it's already exciting, and you haven't even used your Indiegogo funds yet. You know, so how much cooler is it going to be when you just have access to all you need? It's going to be awesome.
And let me see if I can make it. This is gonna be in my in the kitchen table set. She is a miniature of the character. We're gonna have her all dressed up, just like the character, and she's gonna be riding the bicycle and all that. So
Wow.
this
Now
was made.
yeah.
This was made by, this is brass. Oh, Okay, I took it out. Anyway, it's gonna be fine. Wait a minute. Okay,
It can be
this is
fixed.
exactly no. This is not even. This is cable. This is cable. These are how do you call that again? Ah, pins that you use for fabric when you are doing seams when you are sewing something.
Hmm.
These are
Oh.
pins, and I don't know what that is.
Oh
Probably some kind of
yeah.
wire.
I see the pins. Yeah, they're the upright little bars are the pins.
And
Looks
then
like.
this part here is what you some of those little miniature rubber bands that they use for little girls braids.
All right.
Yeah. And then these are the same thing. This is pins. Yeah, you can see that there. So basically, and the interior is an eraser of a pen, of a pencil
Oh, okay.
to hold it together.
That's pretty ingenious.
So if you say, "Oh, I don't have the money to do a stop motion film," it's because you haven't tried. Because these materials are available to you in a pharmacy.
That's right.
That's it. But again, you have to make it look real, and that's the important part. If it doesn't look real, it's not going to create the illusion and the magic that you want in a film.
Wow.
Oh, the people were talking, and then also sometimes if you get lucky and if you go to places, you find things like these miniatures. These are real miniature things, and in the actual book, they have one of these.
Hmm.
And miniatures like this works beautiful. It's like 50 cents each.
Yeah.
And what else? Ah, the nose. Somebody mentioned the nose. This is the sculpt for the noses in the film. And they will be silicone and they will have an armature inside and they will be like, ha, 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 shoo. You know, it's going to be animated that
Oh,
way.
okay. That's neat.
So that's another one. This is my daughter. I want to present you my baby.
Hello.
See, this is an audience. This all animators and stop motioners.
I want to be an animator.
Oh,
Cool.
really? No, and she did stop motion animation already. She created her own films.
I want to do it a long one like yours. I want to sculpt real dolls and stuff.
You will. You will.
What do we talk?
Oh, I'm talking to my friends. There's Dawn, there's Sean, there's your daddy right there.
Do they know me?
Well, they know you now.
Oh, yeah, but only one of them know me. I wish I could know everybody.
Well, can you send him a hug? Them a hug? Let's send them a hug. Let's hug. Oh. Okay, go with daddy.
Yeah, those are all my favorite part.
Yeah, but go with daddy. Go with
Yeah.
daddy. Okay. Any questions?
Let's see. Well, maybe we have some. Let's see if I can find any. I've been looking at the comments, but I guess there's some comments like Dawn Jones says I like the sleeve, love the crossbow, and the bow looks like parts from a classic item that I have frequently used in my hair. Laugh out loud.
Oh, thank you guys. She loves stop motion so bad. Yesterday, I was crying because a friend of mine that worked in my other film gave us $2,000, and that was for me. I couldn't believe it.
That's
I
great.
was crying a lot because I said, you didn't have to do it. You're part of my crew. You don't need to do nothing. No, but they love the film so much. They love the message of empowering boys and girls, and that is the main reason of what we're doing this. And my daughter was telling me, Mama, she brought her piggy bank to me and she said, take it all. Take it all because I want you to do the film. And I said, no, use this for college. You need to use this money for college. I'm not going to take it. You're helping me by painting props. She actually paints props with me.
That's neat.
She actually helped me to paint the heckleberries.
Well, cool.
Yes, and also Another thing, the grenades. I forgot to tell you. This is the way we do the grenades. This is the grenades like a grapes, and this is a paper. We printed it in the printer over here. Paper. We paint it. We put a nice wire there, and then we stress the lines. And the problem, the big part is to cut it with an X-Acto knife perfectly, so it looks real.
Yeah, it's a great job. It does look real, actually.
This can take you an hour to cut.
I believe it. It's
So,
very intricate.
so basically, this is how you do it. So that was that one.
That's
So
neat.
again, you can do this. It's just that you have to think, you have to plan it and think it through.
Yeah. Some people had that ability to, use their imaginations, but it takes practice too. And for people that are starting out, uh, you don't know a lot about these tricks and all, but as you get experienced, you just keep building on what you discover and the new materials and processes and things. And um, so for you and Julio, because like for example, Blender 3D, when he probably first discovered it, it's completely different now. It probably works differently, new things to learn. So it never really ends, does it?
No, they make it better. They program better stuff for Blender. Actually, sometimes they program things that the Maya or other programs don't have yet. That's the beauty of Blender, because they don't have the money factor. The only thing they do is that we are trying to plan. We are planning to do, for example, hair, like they do in the big films. So we're gonna make a film, a 50-minute film. Can you pre-order this film? And when they do, you pre-order for $60. Your name is in the credits of that film. And these films are sponsored like that. They are paid like that. They pay the artist to be done that, just because they want to break through in an element, for example, making a hair that looks real, or making textures, or making special effects with the live action actors. So they make a movie, and every time they make a movie, they pre-order the movie, and that's how they make the money for their films.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. Very interesting.
And Julio, look at what Julio said just now.
It didn't pop up for me. Let's see. What does it
He
say?
says,
Is
he
it?
said, he said, I have been using Blender since back when
Oh,
it
okay.
still sucked in 2002. In 2002.
Yeah, there's a delay on my comments, guys, so I do apologize for that. But yeah, because there's been so many changes, but not only in Blender, but even in like polymer clays and paints and silicones. And back when in the 1990s, silicone was not used that much in puppets, and dragon skin didn't even exist. So even with materials, it's changing. It's just the process, which is so fun. Some people, they find that hard to understand. How can you sit there for like 5 hours cutting a little leaf and painting it? But for some of us, it's actually really nice to do that, and to create something and bring something new. So that you must get the same sort of feeling when you start these projects and you have it in your mind. You just want to kind of get it out of you, like it's there, but it's just a matter of doing it. It's
Eduardo Mendez says, where I can see your work, Alba. Greetings from Mexico. Hello, Eduardo. And well, you can see it on my website, www.fantasiation.com, and you can see the trailer for my other film. But right now, because we are in festival runs, we need to keep the festivals. We cannot send the perks from the last film until the festival run is done, because I can get disqualified from a festival, for example, Cannes at the Academy Awards. I can get disqualified if my film gets somewhere in online. It cannot be on Facebook. It cannot be on YouTube yet until the festival run is done. After the festival run is done, I'm gonna send all the perks for my last film. I'm gonna send all the books and the things that I promised. They're already in boxes with their addresses already, but I cannot ship the actual film yet because I can get disqualified from major film festivals all over the world.
So just to recap, it's fantasiation.com.
Yes.
And so it's like FANTASIATION.com.
Yes. Juan, another thing is I'm not thinking to do it online, but the DVD, I will put it on my website so people can buy it. So the DVD will be probably $15, so which is okay, but it can help us promote buying materials for other films because I'm planning a feature film that I'm writing right now. And this feature film is fantasy and it's awesome. It's with action and it's sacrifice and it's gonna be a lot of blood in it. Well, it's gonna be awesome. Ron says, I feel like all this stuff is brand new, but life moves slower for young. Ron, I'm 40. I'm not young. But hey, I look young. That's good. Yes, depends on the festival, Juan. For example, Cannes Film Festival, I'm competing there right now. And they want exclusivity. And they don't want me to go to another festival but them first, and then Annecy doesn't have that problem. But if I get qualified for Cannes, I can get an automatic qualification for an Academy Award 2016. That's why I am so protective over my work, over that film, and I cannot show it because of that. Oh, Ron, you can be my brother.
So I was just now. By the way, I probably should have asked this for it. Is my voice coming in too loud on here at all?
A little bit.
Is it okay? Let me turn it down a bit here. Hopefully this helps a bit. So I just showed on your basically the audience, your web page, and you have a lot of videos where you were interviewed on live. Was it live TV or just recorded television shows, which is really great. And these are mostly television stations in Puerto Rico, I guess, as well. So, for someone like yourself, what was your plan in terms of promoting yourself? Like, how did you even get on television to show your work?
Well, I grew up in Guapa Television. Guapa Television is is a pioneer, the first channel that Puerto Rico had back in the day in black and white. My father works there for almost 40 years, and I grew up there. I know Ricky Martin, and my father knows Ricky Martin. All these great Puerto Ricans that made it into Hollywood and into in the industry, whatever it is. We met them and I grew up with them. So it was natural for me to just go back to when I was 2 or 3, I was there. I was running these halls and going to the news station and all that. So it was natural for me to come back and to see my father's friends again, and they promoted me. They opened the doors for me. My father actually talked to the president of this channel, and he said, my daughter is doing a film, please help her. And then all the different shows from the channel decided to help me and to interview me. And that's how it came along. But of course, I had to plan that beforehand because I had to make sure I was going to get into that show and what day. So for a month back, I started talking to them, and I reached out and they said, no problem, we are proud of you and we want to help you, and you are one of the not that many Puerto Ricans that are making it, and they're doing something positive, and we want to promote that.
Oh, that's great. And so Juan asks, what would
Yes,
you
yes.
advise for a successful campaign?
Don't feel sorry, Juan, first of all, because you're speaking about your projects. Your projects are you. I talk about this every day. Your projects is you, is who you are, is who make you. And whatever you do, never say sorry. Don't feel sorry for saying whatever. Just speak up. And that's good. And what would you advise successful person? First of all, honesty, be legit, show your work, or just show your best work, be passionate and show it, care for the people you're working with, say thank you to every single person that helped. Doesn't matter. People are saying, why are you so happy that you only have $4,000 in the Indiegogo? And I said, because last year I only have $1,000 probably in the first 3 days. This means that people care. This means that people love the story. This means people like my work. This is an achievement. This is an accomplishment. And for me, it's beautiful. This is amazing. Whatever people want to give us to continue the work is fine. We can do it.
Well, that's a nice answer. I think that a lot of people, like you said before, they give up before they even try, and you've tried it, and you've seen a lot of success. And had you given up before you even started, well, I don't think you would definitely have anything. You got to always try, and that's really that's probably the first step, isn't it?
Oh, lazy. See, I'm so crying every time. I love you too, man. You know that. Oh, thank you so much, and thank you for everybody's, beautiful support, and your words really speak to me in a spiritual level, and really, I really know everything is gonna be fine. It's gonna be hard. It is hard. It is frustrating. But you know what? There's so many good things are coming out of this. The girls that call me saying, "I want to be like you," and things like that. These are the things that keep me going. And one thing that we didn't talk, Mark.
Yeah.
One person that make me understand the responsibility as an artist that I have. The responsibility as an ambassador to mankind is your mom. And I have to tell you, I feel I miss her.
Yeah, same here, Alba. Same here. Yeah, thanks for that. It's really nice of you to say that. Yeah. Well, basically, when my mom passed away, it was like I definitely felt like like more motivated to work on my film and to finish it for her, because without basically her, I wouldn't have really any of my talents. She always supported me in my abilities, even when I was a really crappy sculptor, as a kid, and always supported that. Always was encouraging, and gave me a garage. Like when she moved to Missouri, she made sure that the house had a garage just so I could do my work, and I wouldn't have anything really without my parents supporting me. And so I know what you're saying. I've rolled that over in my head, for so many weeks now. Yeah, like I said before, everybody's interconnected, and you just have to be thankful and grateful for what people give you, either if it's your family or your friends. Everybody relies on everybody else, and I think, like films like yours, like with Indiegogo and other people, it shows that when people get together, anything's really possible. And there's a lot of people that are just so hateful and mean out there, and they think that they are the centers of the world, and it's not like that. Everybody, even if you live alone, you rely on other people either for farmers to make food, people to make clothes, people to provide electricity for you. Everybody relies on everybody else, and to be selfish and not to share what you do and to be so self-protective is where I'm gonna get like philosophical. It's gonna be like a philosophical show, but you have to be completely grateful for the people that are in your life, and so I understand what you're saying. It's everybody needs each other, and all this stuff like what you're doing with helping girls to be empowered and not be put down because of their gender, is just really important, and that's one of the reasons why I think why I feel so supportive of your work, and I know other people feel the same because they see that. And it's just, when you see the truth, that you have to support that. It's just, that's all there is to it. So, but anyway, this show's not about me, right? So I'm just gonna, let you speak. But yeah, thank you for that. That's really nice of you.
Yeah, no, because I remember the last show, she was talking and she was so happy, and I want to keep that. I want to keep her memory in. Whenever I do something, I say, I'm doing it because Betty believed in my work. And she believed in my work, she believed in your work. And that's the moment I actually profoundly found my responsibility as an artist. And my crew members and the people who are working with me every day. I mean, this is a responsibility we have. We have children. We need to teach our children, and if we can teach them with our movies, that's the best thing to do.
Yeah, I agree. That's really nice. I don't know what else to say to that, because I'm amazed, that you're actually that you two were able to get that out of each other, from the brief time that you've contacted each other to sort of pick up on that is amazing.
Yeah, she was. I made her laugh so hard. I felt so guilty. I mean, I said she was telling me like, I cannot talk because I'm laughing so hard. And I said, I'm going. It's okay. And this is my beautiful memory, making her laugh. And if I can do that to many people, I will do that many times. I will do that. And if you know somebody a little girl that want to talk to me or something because they feel inspired, we can Skype. I don't have a problem with that. I love to talk to girls and to say, you know what, you can do whatever you want when you grow up, as long as you're happy.
Yeah. So how can they get you on Skype now that you've put yourself out there? You've made a promise. So what do they do? I mean, it's just Alba Garcia, right? Just let me see here. What is your
It
name?
says, Alba what?
What is your Skype name? I don't even
Oh,
know.
Alba Garcia.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, because I know some people use different names, so I couldn't remember if you used a different name. But that's great. Well, one other thing is, even if you, because a lot of people think that in order to be a great filmmaker or a person, you have to like influence millions of people, but sometimes just influencing one person is all, is enough. So, but hopefully we're both doing that to some degree.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I would love to. Maybe I should put up another perk there, for me, because Dashka has said that she wants to talk to kids about a read out loud of her film, and she will Skype with them. Maybe I can do a Skype too, to talk to children too in a school. It will not be a problem, but I don't know if people will be interested in that one.
Yeah. I mean, like a little workshop sort of a thing.
Yeah, showing the work and everything that we do here.
That would be cool. I mean, I'm sure kids and teachers would be excited because, I mean, stop motion is something that I don't think there's any kid that doesn't like stop motion films,
Yeah, that you see what Julio, my husband said, lol, I sent her to sleep and she went to mama.
Yep. I know how that goes with my son too. He's the same way. Actually, I sent him to sleep earlier, and I knew my son would try to get in my room, so I had to lock the door. And then halfway through our interview, I heard knock, 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 knock.
I heard him. Oh,
Did you
that
hear
is so cute.
that?
No, no, mama. Be careful. This is delicate. This is delicate. Go with daddy. Go with daddy.
Yeah, my dad is here to
What
ta
is that?
his papa to take care of him, so I'm not worried.
Oh.
I'm not like
Oh.
I'm not like abandoning him or something,
No, don't touch. Go over there. Go with daddy. Go with daddy. See, this is a filmmaker, a mother, a filmmaker, a female.
Well, I tell you what, it is, let's see, 10 o'clock here. It's like 11 o'clock there.
It's 11 o'clock. We actually talked for 2 hours. We broke record.
Yes, we did. Hopefully YouTube doesn't kick me off for such a long video now. But it's been really fun talking, and yeah, just amazing to see your enthusiasm for your film work, and how you work with your family and everybody that you're involved with. It's just really inspirational. So yeah, I think a lot of people will like watching this later on.
I hope they don't get bored of my family daughter coming in and now.
And
Thank you so much. And tomorrow I'm gonna be on the TV. No, Friday. I will be in the 12 News in the Bronx. They
Okay.
want to cover the Indiegogo and they want to cover my other film going to festivals. Yay!
Great. So is that like Channel 2, ABC or NBC, or do you know what is
News 12, the Bronx.
News
It's
12 Bronx?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna post it too. Anyway.
Okay. That's good. And also on Facebook, if you guys want to find Alba, you don't always have to talk about philosophical topics, of course. But it's just, let me see here. I'm going to open it up. So, oh, where are we?
Alba E. Garcia Rivas.
Yes, okay. So Alba E. Garcia dash Rivas is how you can search for her. And are you a very private person on Facebook, or because it seems like you have a lot of friends, but like if they try to find you, is it pretty easy? Are there any
Oh yeah, no, I don't have settings that prohibit talking with them. No, everything is like open, and the only thing is, if I don't answer to you right away, it's because I'm busy.
Yeah, okay. Which I think most people should understand by now after hearing what you've been going through, of course. But you have lots of photos. You even have photos of your little bicycle here on your page, and your wheelbarrow.
Oh, and this is the perk that we did for the other film that we are finish it up. This is the dog from the actual film. This is gonna be a keychain, and this one will be a keychain, and that's Amanita. We're still working on it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Memory stick covers or something
Yes,
like that, right?
yes, the flash stick, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a cool perk.
Oh, said, is that what I mean of making of video, candy shots of each other in the process? Yeah, no, yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know if you're gonna add it into the actual film, because that's another thing that I'm not an expert. I don't know how to do chapters on a video. People are asking, can you put a making of? I mean, we don't know how to do that yet. We need a person that can be a volunteer that can help us with that. But right now, I just know animation and direction and making props and sets.
So
We need a distributor.
yeah, that would be great. Yeah, so I guess like Sony Vegas would be a good program. I don't know if you guys, what sort of video camera do you have? Do you have one, or is it mostly your still camera that you're using?
I use the still camera. It's a Nikon D7000.
Ah, okay. Does it have a video? It might have a video setting too.
It has a video setting, yeah. It's pretty awesome for what we are doing, and the quality of the image is beautiful. The colors is amazing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's neat. So, I mean, you might be able to make videos eventually, little behind the scenes videos.
We have that's what I usually post on my Facebook and everything in YouTube. I have a YouTube channel, and everything that I do is there. I mean, sometimes I show the process of making a mold or of making certain things. You can look it up. There's a lot of videos there.
Okay, that's cool. And let's see.
And right now, I only have 1 hour to apply to the New Year's International Film Festival before tomorrow. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to get my film there.
Oh, okay. Do you need to do that
Yes.
now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well, we've talked for a long time, so more than, I could have ever anticipated. But it's been so much fun that time really just flew by. Um, so do you have any last thoughts you'd like to share before we end it?
Yeah, somebody asked me which one is my best animator, female animator. Well, I know a couple. Alisa. There's one. Carmen. I don't know their last name because I usually talking on first name basis with them. But Alisa, she doing Doctor Puppet, a web series, and she's very good, and I like her work, and it's like Doctor Who. She has this franchise working with her, but she created a puppet and she called it Doctor Puppet, Doctor instead of Doctor Who, and it's the whole Doctor Who series, but as a puppet, as a stop motion puppet, and it's very awesome. And there are others, but and the names is difficult for me to pronounce because it's Swedish, so I cannot say it. But there's one that is Signe Baum, and she used cell animation and stop motion animation. Currently, she's a member of the Academy Awards, and she actually has her film that is competing in the Academy Awards in the Oscars now, and it's a feature film. And she's a dear friend of mine, and she is a funny film about depression. It's called Rocks in My Pockets, and please check it out. It's a very beautiful film. Alisa Stern, thank you, Ron. Thank you, Alisa Stern. She's the one doing. We hardly ever talk, but I love her work, and I am very inspired that she's doing those puppets with wire armature and not like we are doing it, but she has that quality, and it goes to show you, it's not it's not the materials, it's your creativity, your curiosity, your ingenuity in how you create them, and that's how that's what I like them. And also Noela Bori, she's amazing. She just did a stop motion. Actually, we are competing together at Cannes, and we just finished the same a stop motion film, both of us, and we are competing in different festivals together. And it's wonderful to see that other female animators are out there and they're creating. Celia Bullwinkle also, but she's cell animation, and she just released a film and she won awards, and she's amazing. There's so many females doing animation. This is just a couple of them. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I have to go.
If you want to keep talking, you can. It's fine.
No, I have to go. I have to get that film into the festival.
Well, thanks a lot, Alba, for coming here and just for sharing all your experiences, and good luck with your Indiegogo campaign. If you want to come back on anytime, just let me know. It's always fun, and I know the audience is of course having lots of fun as well. So
When we reach the goal, we are gonna come back to celebrate with champagne. I have the champagne upstairs.
that sounds good. I like that idea.
Bye bye, Sean and Ron and Juan and John and Lacey and everybody who was here. Clay Mara, I don't know if she's here now, but thank you, guys, for coming here and listening to me and for the questions you asked. I'm very grateful for you being here. It means a lot to me. Thank you. Thank you, Mark, for inviting me again.
You're very welcome. Okay, thanks, Alba.
Woo!
Bye bye.
Bye.
Okay.